All right, so we're gonna make our first slider set for the year. So, by the way, thank you for supporting the channel. All of you who watch, comment, engage, I really do appreciate it. But we're gonna get right into it here. So, gameplay settings, just to keep in mind here, EA in general for the past couple of years is really overpowered. So, I pretty much toned everything down. It's about toning everything down if you want a true sim feel. So, fatigue effect down, recovery 50, turning off the broken glass. I don't like the interruptions. I don't think it's necessary. Game speed here and attributes effects, as you can see, I put that down to 1, and then game speed, putting it down to 2 from 4, just so that the movements, the player movements and etc., just look more natural. Back skating, kept that at 100, just to keep up with the play. I just find in general when it's lower than that, the opposing team could just fly by you with ease. Puck carrier agility, sorry, put that down to 15. And as you can see, I made the changes there on skating. Going into shooting, again, toning it down, toning it down. You'll be surprised to know that even at these levels, I mean, it doesn't feel slow. It still feels competitive. It still feels realistic. But yeah, you got to tone it down if you want that real feel. For passing, same thing. Assist, I turned it all the way up. Minimum and max pass, you see it there, 35, 40. Um, Accuracy for the CPU, turn that down to 0. They're already like masters of passing. Even at 0, they're still making a lot of great passes. So you want to keep it down to that. Interception, you want to put it at 100. The reason why is because I find like the AI just stays in the passing lanes. Um, and it gives you that true sim feel. Reception ease, keep that bad boy at 10. You want it to glide off the stick, but you don't want like a chaos, I guess, if you want to call it that. Reception reaction time, put that at 100. It gives more of a sim feel. 53 for puck control rating effect. That's a very underrated slider. Um, it could change the whole gameplay aspect. I mean, a couple of notches up or down, and it changes everything. Puck speed, reception effect, turn that all the way up to 100. And you saw the other sliders there. Just keep going as I'm just doing a voiceover here, so I could post it later with commentary. Puck control, turn that all the way off to 0. Stick legs and body, stick contact immunity 0. Turn that all the way off. It just makes it so that if you bump into a player, you don't have control of the puck, and turn everything up to 100. Um, I find the passing control setting here, the passing control, what is it? What is it called? Passing control rating effect. It does correlate to the puck control. Um, so if you have it at the right setting on the passing tab, it doesn't really affect it too much on the on the puck control. Excuse me. Goalies, very like these goalies are like on speed. Like the drug speed. They're on they're on that. So we have to bring them off of that high and set that to 17 for save reaction time. Deflection reaction time, I turned that all the way off because they're already doing like telekinesis saves. They know where the puck's going to be, and they just put their limbs there. I don't think that's realistic, so I turned that all the way off. Checking, this is the one where this needs to be toned all the way down. All right, so you can see there the board effect, I turned all the way up. Hitting assistance, I kept it where it was. I turned all this stumble mumble stuff off. Aggression is 55. I don't know. I think you could tinker with this a little bit, but everything off after that. As you can see, hitting power, turn that all the way off. You'll still get hits. Trust me. But you won't be able to like, I don't know. I don't know why they think we want that. EA, that is. But when you hit people with the factory settings, it's like this is like career ending hits, which is just not realistic. Um, so yeah, hitting power off, size effect off, speed effect, I turned that all the way off. Um, Balance, all that stuff, I kept it at 10. Very minimal. Preparedness effect, minimal. Incidental contact effect, I turned it all the way up because it does affect the physics. So it's about having the right mix of things. Some things you just don't need. Poke checking accuracy. Oh my goodness, this one, man. I turned that all the way up. And I remember back in NHL 17, and you guys just keep note of the sliders as I'm talking again. They had something called poke check range, and they never put it back in the game. And they need to put it back in the game because that was a very crucial slider. If any of you remember that slider, because I'm always in the sliders, I never forget them. I know all the sliders pretty much by heart at this point. But yeah, uh, goalies. I think you guys saw what I did there with the goalies, checking, and penalties. So I hope you guys like these sliders. We're gonna go into some gameplay here, and you're gonna see. I'm gonna make some commentary, a little bit of commentary. Then I'm gonna hop off, and then I'm gonna show you guys the results of the game. But just to give you a little bit of an example of how this looks, it is a little bit choppy, and I may have to come back and make another version, a more refined version. But I think for now, this is pretty much the best I can come up with. Also, keep in mind, EA is definitely going to have to release a tuner because the game needs tuning. And I don't know if I'm going to see some examples, but there's like this diving shot that they added in the game. I think that does have its place in the game, but I'm seeing it too often. Um, and it's not contextual a lot of times. So it's just weird. So as you can see, there's a lot of bouncing and gliding and gliding off the sticks, the puck that is, when they're passing it around. But that's the part I feel like I got to tune up. But you'll see some of this gameplay stuff. I'm going to make commentary on it because, I mean, EA needs to pretty much give us a tuner for this because this year, they improved the defense. Okay, like if you go and load up NHL 25, I mean the AI defense doesn't do anything. They just skate with you. Like, and I'm pretty sure if you zoom in, they're just looking at the player, and they don't engage. They don't engage in any type of defensive action. Um, this year, I noticed right away they at least for the most part in a very subtle weird kind of way, but it still works, they extend the stick, the AI defense that is, and they at least engage in that aspect, which makes a big difference because 25, man, even on superstar you could just skate around people and score, which is which it gets boring after a while, right? And you have to mess with the sliders to kind of put yourself at a disadvantage so that it feels better, but you're only psyching yourself out. I feel like EA should just make the AI more engaging when it comes to defense, when it comes to stick action, stick play. Most of the time, defense is all about positioning and stick checking, right? When you got the body and you want to take the body, you want to take someone out, there's obviously a place for that. But most of the time, it's about positioning and stick checking. That's what hockey is. That's what defensive play is in a nutshell. Um, I think now I'm about to show you what I mean. Here's the Superman. This is the Superman shot I'm talking about. It makes no sense. But first, we're going to talk about defense. So you see here, right here, I don't know who this guy is for Ottawa, but he extends the stick, which is good. But I mean, there's such an ample opportunity there to just attack the stick. Like, I don't understand why they just don't attack it. I mean, and then you have the Superman shot at the end, which I don't think it's even needed in the game. Unless it's like on the goal line and someone's going to dive in there, I guess fine, but not needed. Right there, he could attack the stick. But also, what doesn't help is because they lose speed when they're extending the stick, the offense guy could easily skate around that and go to the net. Like if you look at the path the skater has, he could go right to the net based on how slow the person's going or the defense is going and how much space they had. He could have went straight to the net, right? So this is something that's an easy fix for EA. Just make them more aggressive on the stick, give them more accuracy, so it's not a tripping penalty every time. Because that's what happens if you watch hockey. That's what they're doing, and that's why there's really on average 25 shots a game because mans are out there stick checking all the time. So that's what hockey is, and it's fun to play defense, right? It's a challenge, right? You're moving people into the boards, you're stick checking. Uh, it's very satisfying, right? It's a challenge, and it's very fulfilling when you successfully stick check, right? So, anyways, I just want to give you guys the stats like at the end of this game. I'm not gonna play the full thing. I think I've spoken enough. I think you've seen enough. The video's long enough. But I think the game ended. Oh man, I can't even remember. I think it ended like 5-4 for Carolina. Yeah, I think Carolina ended up winning this game. Carolina had about 38 shots, which is kind of high, and it was even higher for Ottawa. I think they had like 53 shots. So the stick check, I think if the AI is more aggressive on the stick check, um, it will bring the shot totals down, um, and it wouldn't really need much of a tuning at that point. It's just more the pass reception that would need to be tuned. But I think here it's a great opportunity for EA to maybe watch this video and implement those changes. I think if you just made the defensive AI more aggressive with their stick checking and you implemented more accuracy for the stick check, it would just make the defense a lot better for offline modes and even for online modes, right? When you're not controlling the defensive player. I just feel in general, stick checking is needed. Yeah, so also for the hits, I think it ended up like 23 hits a piece at the end of 60, which is great. That's the average amount of hits in a real NHL game. So please guys, leave a comment, subscribe, like the channel. I'm gonna try my best to post more content, but that's all I got for now. Adios.